You're an ambassador of Bahamas?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was your job description? Like,
It was the best.
What does one do being the ambassador of the Bahamas?
You're basically, the diplomats really don't get enough credit. We're really the president of the United States in whatever home territory you're in, whatever host country you're in. Mm-hmm. You have the authority. I mean, we lead the embassies around the world. And so the embassies, yes, we have our mission. We have it, and we always want to bring the best of America to wherever we are. Mm-hmm. But I would be the visionary for the embassy. But I have to say, the people at the State Department on that level and all the bureaucrats, and they never get enough credit. And all the first responders and all my law enforcement guys. I mean, I'm still close with a lot of the men in the DEA operation that I worked with, Coast Guard, really good friends, ICE. And the beauty was outside of that job, I would have never really crossed paths with any of those people. Why would I have?
Yeah.
And they wouldn't have necessarily crossed paths with me. And I love that we were able to just figure it out and focus on what we had in common, which was the common good and American values and what we were bringing to the country. But more than that, just ourselves and just knowing that they were former Boston cops before they got into the DEA, and now they're living in the Bahamas, and then in 2 years they would move to another country, and some of them were in the Middle East and they came from Iraq. I mean, it was
You lived there for 4 years?
I was there for 2 years. I was supposed to be there for 3, and then I came back for the re-election. So, because I had just married Ted, and this was before Netflix had original programming. It was before, so he was talking to me about all of this. He was talking about binge watching, original programming, moving Netflix. And I was looking at Ted saying, oh, that's so cute.
Wait. So y'all's, before you go to sleep, pillow talks, he was like, listen, honey, this is what's about to go down.
Yes.
You see this TV stuff over here? Like how they got the Lost, recently on Lost, like previously on Lost. Like that was probably the last big TV, series. And then he's like, listen, we about to take it to the next level.
Pretty much. I mean, he really did. And I honestly didn't know what level he was talking about. I said, what? And he said, no. I know where I want to go and I know what I want to do. And I remember he flew into Nassau and he would come every 2 weeks. And this Friday was early. He would get there early in the morning. He would take those late flights. He'd get there early in the morning. He was white as a ghost, Will, and pasty. And I knew something was off. I go, what's wrong? What'd you do? What did you do? And he said, well, I made a deal. We're going into original programming. I bought the first show. And I said, well, that's great.
What was the first show?
House of Cards.
Damn.
And I said, well, Teddy, that's great. He said, well, I bought 2 seasons. I only read. And he kept saying, well, kind of turning away. I go, what is the problem? He goes, I spent a lot of money. I said, well, how much money did you spend? He said, like $100 million. And I thought, oh my God. And I remember saying to him, which is why I love my husband, I said, Teddy, if this doesn't work, what happens? I said, are you going to get fired? He goes, it's fireable. It's fireable. And I thought, Ted. And he said, listen, I'll figure it out. I said, what if people don't hire you in Hollywood anymore? What if you just blow this? What if this whole thing blows up? And it was the same as my mom. He goes, and what if it doesn't? And I thought, okay, Jackie Avant, okay, here we go. I said, really? He goes, what if it doesn't? I think I know what I'm doing. I have a vision and I'm going for it. And you know what? It's not going to kill me. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I get a new job. I go, what if they don't hire you in the business? He goes, I'll get a job outside the business. I mean, Ted was just, nothing really phases him. He loves taking risks. And that's what, that's what innovators do, So he just went for it. And I love that he always continuously, he didn't wake up saying, I'm going to disrupt Hollywood. That was never his intention. He didn't wake up like, oh, I'm going to be so cool. I'm going to disrupt Hollywood.
I don't think you disrupt.
They call it that. But
when
it's
you
not
drive down, down Sunset.
Thank you.
Do you know what Hollywood looked like before the Netflix buildings? You know what I'm saying? They didn't disrupt Hollywood. They gave it a refresh.
Yes, they did. They gave it a nice facelift.